Sure, if you need to, so you can hear it. You want, you know what I mean, so you can pick up the audio? Alright, first one's easy, your name?
My name is Joseph Blanford.
Okay, spell your last name, sorry.
B-L-A-N-D-F-O-R-D.
Okay, and you're with?
I'm with Occupy San Antonio.
Okay.
Been out here since October 6th.
Okay, let me ask you this. What are you guys not allowed to do out here anymore?
Basically, right now, we are being told that we cannot sleep, we cannot camp as the ordinance, which is, you know, if you go read the ordinance, it obviously explains itself. We were told we could use no power outlets, even though it was my understanding that any person with a laptop who wanted to enjoy this park could use some power. I doubt they would say the same thing to a businessman on his lunch break. We've been told we have to stay within certain areas. Like, I don't know if you see all these roped off areas here. We cannot go anywhere in those areas. If we go in those areas, we will be arrested. That is, even though this is a public park, those are no trespassing areas.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So we're here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of the irony that you guys cannot go to sleep, but yet what pictures did you send us?
Well, some of our occupiers found an officer sleeping, and you know, I don't want to be hard on the guy. I understand those guys have hard jobs, and a lot of them work multiple jobs, and it's not fair that the park police are not allowed to be part of the SAPD union and to get the benefits that those guys enjoy. And they probably have to work a lot harder to support their families. And it's human that sometimes you doze off. You know, I was a soldier for 12 years, and sometimes I fell asleep and had to get corrected by my sergeant. You know, basically it is ironic, but at the same time it shows what we're here for. It shows that we're here to try to bring a better system for them as well. That it's not fair that the city manager says, well, you guys are different. You're not SAPD. You're SAPD Park Police, so you can't be in the union. You can't be in the club. So it's ironic in two ways. It brings light to what we're here for, and it brings light to the fact that they're being selective in the enforcement of the law.
Why aren't you guys out here?
We're out here because we feel our government is stepped beyond its constitutional bounds, that it has formed a union with corporate structure to basically create a system that is parasitic to the American population. I mean, in true capitalism, the banks that got bailed out would have been allowed to fail. This is not capitalism.
Let me tell you, everybody always goes, time to go find a job. I mean, you met us out here at this hour because where were you before this?
Actually, I am a disabled vet, so I was at home working on a project for this. But before they were saying go find a job, they were asking where all the jobs were. So, yeah, it changes week to week.
Okay. What would you like, because I mean at the same time, they're supposed to be here also to keep you guys safe, to keep your protest safe, but how can they do that if, you know, somebody's falling asleep?
Unfortunately, because of the nature of this occupation, we have to maintain the area 24 hours. Now, part of that is some people have to rest. Now, we do maintain our own guard shifts to watch over those people, to make sure no one is going to be harmed. In the past, we had an agreement with the park police that if there were any trouble, we could call them, and we utilized that agreement. And we thought we were doing the right thing. And then they turned around and cited these as examples of how we are out here just being chaotic miscreants. And that is not the case.
What would you like seen done? I mean, the statement from the chief was that they were going to speak to this officer and I guess investigate, see what happened.
What I would like to see is a return to the relationship we had before, where we could reasonably negotiate with the city government. I don't blame the police at all for what they're doing. They're doing their job. They're following their orders from the city government. Now, we used to be able to reasonably negotiate with them, and I don't know what has changed that. I would like to see them come back to the negotiating table and reasonably negotiate with us, and let San Antonio again be an example for the nation as what a city that supports its constitutional rights of its citizens looks like. Even our own president went on TV and said, let the Egyptians protest. But here in the United States, he says it's a municipal issue. So now it's time for the city of San Antonio to set the example and say, we are going to allow our citizens to protest, and we are going to respect their rights.
Well, I mean, what's the problem right now? Are you guys having, I know there were a few of you that got picked up this week. What are you saying they're not negotiating? What's going on right now?
Essentially, we were asked to move to an area where this area was just not suitable. We were told that you had to have a permit to use power. We were told that they had shut off the water over here, if I remember correctly. They had done a lot of things. They dealt with us in a very they've dealt with us in a way that is probably, I just do not see it as fair in that particular case.
Why did they shut off the water?
I do not know, but the water fountain did not work over there.
Were you guys using the water fountain?
Well, of course, everyone needs water to hydrate.
So you guys were drinking out of there?
Absolutely, and so were the children and the people enjoying that park over there.
So all the water, so you mean like, not this water?
No, the drinking fountain. And then again, those same power outlets were utilized by the general public who come out here and enjoy this park.
Okay. So today, I mean to us, again, it was the irony of seeing somebody, you guys aren't allowed to sleep yet, you know, one of you guys got pictures of a park police officer sleeping.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the message?
Like I said, the message is real simple, that we would like to see a reasonable return to negotiations. And as far as the picture itself and the irony in it, like I said, it brings to light what we're fighting for. The fact that that officer was that exhausted during his duty hours shows to me that he's been working very hard to stay in a position of financial security. And, well, you know, that's what we're here for, to try to bring more financial security for the American citizens by bringing our government back to a fairer system.
Okay, that was it. That was your soundbite. That was basically it.
Cool.
We wrapped it up.